What's up, guys? We're gonna do a night of camping out here. We have been working on the van build. We're getting that going. Show you guys a little bit of what we've done so far. We'll head out there real quick. I know it's getting dark. Cooking up some food in here right now on the I brought the George Foreman grill out here. Of course, we got the air fryer. We took out this old TV, 12-inch TV right here, as well as this. It's like an old stereo, not the head unit. It was on the side of the van. I'll show you guys. Also got some stuff over here to go through that the girlfriend brought over from her storage unit. So there's just an empty hole right there we can use for storage. There's some wiring, but that's where the old TV was. Of course, we'll be putting a new TV. But yeah, I know it's getting dark. And then over there, it's where I took out that stereo. And then we just got to remove these seats and we'll be on our way. And then I'm going to remove this cover in order to gain access to the engine. And again, as I went over on the podcast, podcast number 23, we have a timeline and a date to move out. So, going to be great. If we need to extend the date to move out, then we can. But for the most part, I want to stick to it. So, it's going to be great. If you want to know more about that, I go into detail over on podcast number 23 on my other channel. Man, now it's a party in here, right, guys? Cooking up a hamburger. It is getting a little, it's only 68 degrees. Last night it got down to 45, but it's only about almost 6 o'clock. 64. Pretty good hamburger. Added some sharp cheddar cheese and yeah, pretty good. Also added some garlic and herbs and smash seasoning. Okay, guys, so it is currently, I had to check what day it is. It is currently Sunday, November 10th, and we have the van parts we needed. So just got to pay for labor now. Got to coordinate with my mechanic. He kind of gave me a estimate, you know, based on how many labor hours it's going to take to do the job, of course. So what we got was the valve lifters. Here, I'll show you guys. So all the parts are paid for. Obviously, I'm going to need 16 and 16 of these. 16 valve lifters, 16 push rods. This is all my store had in stock, so they're paid for, but they're shipping it to the store, and I'll pick it up on my next shift. So, but yeah, 4 valve lifters. So 16 total once I pick up the other parts. 16 push rods, and then we got the head bolts, and then also the other thing that was going to be shipped was the head gasket set, not just the gasket itself, but like the whole set. And with my discount, employee discount, 20%, I was able to save a little over $100, so pretty good deal overall. So all these after my discount, $440 after tax, after the discount.
The next day.
Alrighty, guys, so last night's shift went well. I picked up the last of the parts for the engine rebuild. The girlfriend actually picked up, I did a buy here, pay, or buy at my store and then pick up at another store order, and she was in, you know, near the store that had the parts we needed, so they were already all paid for because the parts that I had ordered before, that store didn't have a number of them, so I had to go to the other one. It's all sorted out, so we're good. Now it's just a matter of coordinating with my mechanic to come over, and he said within, like, you know, 3 days he'll be able to, like, once he starts to build, a 3-day period to fix it up, so should be good. If it needs anything else, he'll let me know, of course. Obviously it's going to need oil change. Don't know if it'll need like a water pump, radiator. I did replace all that stuff on my truck, but the van might need it. We'll see. But I got the basic parts that for sure that I know that we definitely needed, and that he told me we needed. So other than that, I did a few more upgrades to the man cave here. I'll show you guys. Also, as far as the podcast goes, we'll still do the podcast, but again, I like to show you guys what's going on the vlog channel, on the main channel here. And for podcast, I kind of made a post about this, but what I can do is, like, maybe podcast number 23, that's an important one. I will add that on at the end of this video. So some podcast episodes, I still want them to be in order as far as like numerically. if it has to do with van life topics or self-development, fitness, finance, mindset, skills, relationships, I might upload them on this channel. If it has to do with like current events, news, politics, stuff like that, I will keep those over on the podcast channel because we can get into more like serious topics. I want this channel to be just like, okay, everyone can come here and enjoy the content and everything. Same with the podcast, but obviously that's going to be more divisive and more selective, and you know what I'm saying. So anyway, I'll show you guys what we have done so far since the last tour of this place. So my grandpa brought over, it's like a bar stool. This thing has some weight to it, pretty comfy. And then of course this chair I got for free last year at one of my jobs because my boss got a different chair. The back reclines a little bit. You can lift and lower the back as well, up and down, as well as the height. So it's a good height for the desk. So we got the sheet hanging up, and then this is funny. So what we did, I have this cot, right, that's underneath the, there's a mattress here, and then underneath that is a cot. Mike sold me the mattress. I already had the cot that was underneath it, and I was able to make room back here. Got a flashlight so you guys can see. Of course, we got the fan here. So yeah, it fits pretty well. I might even use this in the van somehow, or just get another one. And then over here, of course, we got the rest of the utility room. But it worked out good. I had to remove a few of these side pieces of wood here, not these ones, but like the ones that went across. So it doesn't go all the way to the wall. There's still one section, but I mean it fits good. So that's what it looks like kind of from the other side. This utility room has 3 windows. This one I covered up. I'll show you guys the front of it. Well, it was already covered, but I kind of cleaned it up a bit. There was some type of like tint on the window that was like just old, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about when we get up there. But other than that, the attic is up there. There's still a few things in here, but it's mostly organized. I'll show you guys what we did to the patio, and a lot of upgrades, updates, all that good stuff. So I've already showed you guys the water pump. Pretty cool. We added a motion light here. And then here we got a peephole. Haven't bought the glass for it yet, but it worked out quite well. Drilled a clean hole through there, 1/2 inch drill bit. Here's how it looks on the outside. And like I said, got that at Goodwill. That's the old TV we took out of the van. There is the, we hung this up just so for some extra shade. I actually have 2 more of these that are a little longer so they would actually reach, but this will work. Bonfire pit. I cleaned up the grill. It does work quite well. This was all messed up, still a little dirty, but it looks a lot better. This was all covered so it's more shiny. I tightened up the handle, cleaned up everything, sprayed it off. We still have propane, so it works. We don't really use this grill much, but we might use it some more. As far as this small storage closet, put some of the tools in here. We can hang up some more stuff. It's a small area, but just, it wasn't being used, so might as well have cleared out the utility room a little bit. And then over here, red shed area. I showed you guys the inside of it already, but behind it we hung up a couple more tools, so that works good. Had those nails there. Old bike that I'm gonna possibly sell, and then just some screens for windows and all that. And then I'll show you guys what I was talking about up front. It had like this plastic stuff on the inside and got most of it off, as you can tell, and then put that sign up there, but looks a lot better. What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome back to another podcast. It is 11 p.m. right now, and I like to get on here whenever I have thoughts going through my mind, and we don't only have to stick to the once a week podcast. I try to do that as a general rule of thumb. Again, my main channel for the vlogs is where it's at, where I'm mainly showcasing, in vlog style format or documenting my journey basically. And that's why I don't just want to upload on the vlog channel and it not be, something where I'm like making progress towards my goals and towards what I want to do in life. But wanted to get on here and discuss a few things. I did film podcast number 11 earlier today, and as well as podcast number 21 and vlog number 11. This is podcast number 22, and wanted to give my thoughts on a few things. I gave my thoughts on the election and all that, and obviously Trump won and everything, and I think it'll be good for the country and everything. And I kind of gave my thoughts briefly, but obviously it's a divisive topic, and I think he's gonna do a lot better than Kamala would have done, a lot better than Biden, and a lot of the country voted red. Obviously, some still voted blue. Is what it is. I've watched videos how they want to like abolish the electoral college and all that. Me personally, I'd have to research more into it and everything and see. I did watch a video where they were discussing why they put in place the electoral college. 538 electors, you got to get 270 to win, all that stuff, and 270 or more. But it's kind of like when they created the House and the Senate and all that stuff, and part of it was like a compromise and everything. And I need to get a more comfortable chair. This is a workbench, so it works as a desk, and it's 38 inches high, and it's like I'm sitting on a makeshift chair. I have an ottoman, and which is pretty comfy overall. It's not bad. And then just a regular folding chair. Anyway, I don't even have the camera or my phone actually on a microphone. or on a tripod. Sorry guys, it's late. I'm getting a little tired. I didn't have any pre-workout or anything. Just been again working on things. We got the 2 jobs, and like I said in my previous podcast, you gotta first of all, I tend to talk about the more serious topics on the podcast because I try to keep the vlogs more fun, more lighthearted for the most part overall, and more entertaining and adding value. I of course I try to add value on the podcasts as well. And so like I say all the time, and other podcasters, other influencers, other people have said, obviously keep pushing towards your goals and everything, and that's exactly what we're doing, and ignore the naysayers. And sometimes it's sad. Some of those naysayers are your family and everything. And I do have, I don't want to get too, I guess, personal or I don't know, but that's just how it is. Obviously, I've said this before, it's no coincidence my life has gotten much better since I've gotten better friends, a better girlfriend by far. It's more supportive, doesn't cheat, all that stuff. And that's not to say, with my exes and fake friends, I wish them all the best, but they have no, some people you got to keep at arm's length or not in your life at all. And it is what it is. You got to focus on becoming the best version of yourself and continuing to make it happen in your own life. But yeah, some people, you just, me personally, I don't talk to them anymore. And as far as like certain family members, if they just sit in an armchair all day being an armchair critic, then it's kind of funny. It's like you're dealing with an NPC, a non-player character, like in a video game, and like almost like you're in the Matrix, and they just sit in a recliner in an armchair, go to the restaurant, and then rinse, recycle, repeat, right? And obviously my goals and my life, that's not up for debate. It's not like Trump here where I'm running for office and I'm like, okay guys, here's why you should elect me. But now obviously, I've got to add value and entertainment and everything to the videos, but I'm always the CEO of my life until the day I die and beyond that, into the afterlife. And I was talking to my friend about like, is there like resurrection and all this stuff, and do you get resurrected to someone else in another life, or do you go into do we wake up like an avatar? You wake up and you're like, oh, okay, like you're living through the lens of someone else or whatever. But it was a one video I watched, and it was pretty cool. I watched it, and it went into detail. But yeah, just ignore the naysayers and keep pushing towards your goals and making it happen. Sometimes you're not going to see progress as quickly as you want, and but in general, but me personally, I have seen 10x progress lately, and the more work you put in, the better and more successful you become. Again, the 6 pillars: health, wealth, personal development, relationships, social circle, mindset, skills, all that stuff. It's important, and it's a lifelong journey. I enjoy the journey. I'm not just, obviously I have goals, and once I reach, and you can have more than one goal at a time, but once you reach what you want to achieve, whether that's 1 or 2 or whatever, then you can set higher and bigger ones. And if people aren't laughing at your goals, then your goals aren't big enough, as they say. You prove the naysayers wrong as a byproduct of proving yourself right. And, someone said, well, you're so obsessed with proving the naysayers wrong. It's like, no, I'm obsessed with proving myself right and becoming the best version of myself, and proving them wrong as a byproduct, like in the process. And once you achieve what you want to achieve in life, read the book "Be Obsessed or Be Average" by Grant Cardone, and he's had other books as well. 10x Rule. He's wrote a bunch of books, but there's plenty of books that I've read on Audible or listened to or whatever. Kindle. I prefer Audible, but it's true. You gotta, whatever your vision is, you got to work on it every single day. Like when Arnold moved here from Austria in 1968, it's like the comfort zone is where dreams go to die. You can live at home till you're 45, not save any money. And I know people like that, and it's sad. It really is. Me personally, guys, I'm 27, and a lot of wisdom. Older people always say, they wish they had the wisdom that they had at the current time when they were younger, right? And I'm only 27, and but if I had it at like 21 or whatever, then yeah, I'd have even more money saved and all that stuff. But it's through trial and error and through gaining wisdom, and that's how you become better and more successful. And I also, women peak in their 20s, right? As far as physically and ability to have kids and all that. And that's not my opinion. That's the biological fact. I've watched a video on that, and actually a few, not just on that topic, but on a bunch of self-development stuff. As far as men, they peak could be in their 30s, 40s, 50s, because you're just aging like fine wine. You're gaining experience. You're developing your gifts, skills, and talents. You're hopefully increasing your income, influence, and impact. You quit dating girls who are just immature or who can't form their own opinions and would rather listen to fake friends. I don't talk to those kinds of people for very long. I wish them all the best in life, but I know I'm not going to become the best version of myself hanging out with people who bring out the worst in you. As my friend likes to say, don't hang out with people who bring out the worst in you. Why would you want to do that? Why would you waste your time arguing with them? It's like, I'm over here doing my own thing, and if they want to be mediocre or average, that's cool, but I'm not going to be. So, gotta put in the work day in and day out, and figure out what it is you want to do in life. And again, I don't script these things out. I just kind of go off the top of my head, and again, certain bullet points and certain videos that I want to hit and go over and talk about. But back to the gaining wisdom thing, it's true. Again, 27 and much better girlfriend who's supportive, and my main focus is like my own life, though, becoming the best version of me, so I can show up as the best version for other people, right? So whether that's financially, mentally, physically, spiritually, all the above, really. So just a few topics I wanted to go over. But yeah, it's like, of course I'm obsessed. like no way, really? Yeah. Why? Again, be obsessed or be average. The comfort zone, it's where your dreams go to die. And again, I have, well, in the present moment, and I wrote these down a month or two ago. My goals, as well as like a daily routine list, and I try to work out as often as I can, even if that's not going to the gym. At least getting my 5 miles in every day, which is 10,000 steps. I don't always achieve it, but sometimes I'm making content or just working and all that. And again, I try to make the time, because you'll never have the time if you never make or take the time. So again, I do my best with that. And yeah, because I can tell, like, when I'm physically active, and it helps your physical health and your mental health. So which is a great thing. So those fitness gains, they compound over time. It's 11:11 right now. This heater over here, I don't know if you guys can hear it. It works pretty well. I put up a partition over here, and that way the 1500 watt heater won't have to work as hard to heat up the space. But it gets toasty. But then I turn it off, and it cools down, not super quickly, but again, not a ton of insulation, but a little bit. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, I'm always going to be showcasing my progress on here. And again, it's funny, some people, the naysayers, they'll complain. It's like, if you don't like it, change the channel. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, again, yeah, I appreciate my supporters and all that. And we're just getting started here on the journey. I plan on cranking out more content for you guys. I'm very excited to start this van build. It is literally around the corner. And I'm just right now still like, I've watched van life content, but it's more so like camping, cooking content, all that stuff. And then here lately, like van building, like actually the building of the interior. Actually, I'd watched those before from a couple of YouTubers, but I'm watching more now just to see, okay, what can I do as far as the build, blueprinting it, and DIY, the do-it-yourself, because it's obviously cheaper to do it on your own. So it's good to hone your skills as far as carpentry and woodworking and electrical and plumbing, and not to the extent of having it as a trade, which is cool, but at least adequate enough for a van build. It's like for a sink, I could just use a simple water pump like I did over there with the water basin and all that, So electrical, got to look into that more, because I want to, obviously you have to have an electrical system, battle-born batteries. That's just one brand. A portable Jackery power unit. I have a lot of these bookmarked on not just on the Google Doc sheet that I have, but also on my Amazon wish list, as far as what I will need during the van build. And I'll build it out. I'll do it obviously initially, and then as I go along, make modifications and upgrades and suit it more to my needs and to the girlfriend's needs, of course. I mean, as far as it's going to be like our van, it's in my name, but I'm saying it's like out here. Over time, you just kind of modify it and see what could be improved and upgrades and all that. But yeah, it's going to be good. And like I said, regardless of me wanting to save for land and a tiny home, the van, I want to get that built out, because it's always good to have a backup in case you have to move, have a motel on wheels, or just, a weekend vehicle, or whenever your days off are to go camping. And that's what I plan on doing, and creating content for you guys. And again, it's silence, solitude, and sweat equity. Like they say, it's always good to have your own space to get away from, and just to be by yourself, basically, and to get work done, right? To put in the work. And space away from the naysayers and everything. And because, hey, some of them want to sit in a recliner all day. And again, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Even when I'm retired or in my 70s or whatever age, I will always be doing my best to stay healthy, to continue working out. And yeah, TV is great once in a while. TV, movies, I enjoy those. I don't hardly go to the movies at all. I used to a lot, a decent amount, but not as much lately. I'll watch TV at home and movies once in a while, mainly YouTube, to be honest. Just, again, been doing research on the van build and all that, and what I'm going to try to envision, how I'm going to build it out and everything. And obviously we'll start by making sure it's roadworthy and mechanically sound, and then from there we will build out the interior, remove the seats, the back bench seat and the two middle ones. The front ones we'll leave there. I was thinking probably there's this cool like swivel base that you can buy, and probably buy that for the driver and passenger seat if it's like compatible. I'm sure there's one out there, because I saw one guy do that with his van, and you're able to turn the seat 180 degrees, and it kind of opens up the space even more. So I don't have like a extended wheelbase van, but those are cool as well. I think it's just a regular, like, not cargo van, but like a passenger van, camper conversion, because it does have the higher roof. Unfortunately, I'm 6'1", and I can't stand up in it all the way. But that's okay. That's not a deal breaker. There's this one guy, he had a van still has it, a van again, and the 91 model, I believe. And it had a pop top, but obviously it's a small van, smaller than the Chevy Express. And he made that work from 2011 till he got the Sprinter van, Mercedes Sprinter, in 2020. And obviously with the Sprinter van, you can stand up in it, and it's more robust, it's more space. So he's got both vans now. And I've followed his channel, and he's gone through a lot of like 3 or 4 engines on that van again, and now it's converted to a diesel, which is cool. Same as, the Sprinter van comes from the factory diesel, but that kind of works, because if you get a diesel heater, which comes in handy, that way you're not pulling a bunch of energy from like a space heater. Uses a lot of energy, right? Like 1500 watts, that's 12.5 amps. And the alternative to a diesel heater, which is cheap. Like, you can heat your van for like 3 days for like $8 or whatever cost of diesel is, as depending if you go through a couple gallons or whatever within a 3-day period, or whatever the calculations are. That's what someone had said, with roughly what they had used. That depends on the outside temperature as well, and the insulation and everything, and that's important during the van build. Insulate the floor, insulate the roof, insulate the sides. I'm going to get the reflectix for the windows, Jackery portable power unit. Just trying to think of things off the top of my head. I don't have my list pulled up right now, but this is all stuff we can go over on another podcast and everything. But yeah, just working on our vision day in and day out. So other than that, gonna get in a workout tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. It's almost midnight now, so payday, and then I'll be getting, so this job pays weekly, and then the other job pays bi-weekly, which is fine. So yeah, excited to get going on the van build and all that good stuff. So I know this was a bit of a longer episode. I'm just out here chilling, and I was getting tired, but I was like, you know what, kind of want to make some more content, and we'll start up vlog number 12 soon, so that's going to be good. Trying to think if I got anything going on this weekend. I'll probably have another podcast coming at you guys. I've been watching a lot of I don't know if you guys probably aren't into politics. Again, my family talks about it a lot, and again, it's important to know what's going on, and I mainly watch free stuff as far as movies, but it's got, I believe, Newsmax is on here, and then Real America's Voice. So and then of course you got Fox News, you got different apps, channels you can add, right, right here. But anyway, other than that, Thanksgiving's also coming up this month, so we'll see what we got going on there. And then Christmas, and probably just celebrate with the girlfriend, honestly, because out of everyone in my life, she's been the most supportive. And my family are semi-supportive, and I can go into more detail, even though, again, I try to keep the content positive, but sometimes it's like, okay, well, here's just the facts, right? Here's just what's happening, literally, like the news. It's not, I'm not making it up. It's like literally, so again, my girlfriend can see right through their BS, and like I said, some of my family members are supportive to semi-supportive, and then there's some that I just simply do not talk to and keep at arm's length or further, and that's fine by me. That's not really going to impact, I wish them all the best and everything, but that's not going to impact my life and what I want to do, and is what it is. I mean, some people grow apart, and that's okay. I'm speaking about, obviously family-wise, but also relationships and friendships as well, depending on your goals and a lot of things. The financial, kids, exes hanging around in the background, a lot of reasons why relationships can end: cheating. Now, if an open relationship, that's different, but communicate that ahead of time, be like, okay, cool, you want an open relationship, that sure. I mean, that my current one isn't, but probably could be if I really wanted it to be. But other than that, I mean, with one of my exes, you can be like, okay, well, if you're gonna go and see your ex and sleep with him, then I did find out about it, but this is old news because this happened in April. I'm just, but thought I would tell you guys to add to the story and the suspense, I guess, whatever. But we'll have more of these episodes. I enjoy these, just chatting with you guys. It's funny, my grandpa's like, everyone in China can see that. Well, really? Well, hopefully they can get me some views then. It's like, okay, well, I'm not saying anything bad against China or anything. It's like talking about my life, like my own, what's going on with me and my life, so it's like, okay, well, that's cool, I guess. I mean, they have over 1 billion people, so come subscribe and, like up the video. If everyone sends $1, then wow, that's $1 billion or more than that. But anyway, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, some people get it, some don't, and if they don't get it, that's cool. I keep them at arm's length, and is what it is. Can't believe this episode is going on half an hour, but other than that, these videos upload pretty quick because we got fast internet and stuff. As far as there's one more thing I wanted to talk about. Kind of segues what I was talking about with family and stuff. If you're living at home, first of all, don't be in your 40s or 50, whatever, and living at home and not being able to save money. No excuse. There's literally, if you're working full time, and obviously something's wrong then if you're not able to save money, unless you're paying like a ridiculous amount of, like, I don't know, alimony or child support or something, then it's like, obviously mathematically you should be able to save, right? Me personally, I don't have any of that. I got my phone bill down recently because I paid off my phone that I'm recording on. I'm not gonna upgrade unless I really have to at some point. And when that time comes, then yeah, I'll upgrade. But it's a good phone. But yeah, I got the phone bill down. Man, car insurance. I hope that goes down. I haven't gotten any tickets since 2016, right? And but still, insurance just it goes up, depending on the area you live in, of course, and all that stuff. So, I'm trying to think of some other bills. I mean, I'm just trying to save, but sometimes you gotta like if you don't like where you're staying or something, then like what I'm doing, make moves and a plan to move, right? And that's what we're doing. We're going to be building out the van. I think from there, saving for land and a tiny home, and then that'll be great because then we'll have a headquarters, like a home base for van life. So that'll be good. But anyway, this van build's gonna happen soon, and it's gonna be Liberation Day when I, get on the road, hopefully with a girlfriend, and will I visit my family once in a while? Yeah, it's different when you visit them when you're not living there, when you're independent. So it's much different. So, and it's gonna be great. Like I said, Liberation Day. And, I moved out in 2022. That was Liberation Day. And, again, got along with my grandparents for the most part. Still talk to them for the most part. But, yeah, just it's always better to just be on your own, really. I mean, as far as not having to depend financially or whatever else on others. It's good to be self-sufficient in a lot of things, and just it's beneficial, right? I mean, having a budget, having goals in life, not being stagnant, and putting in the work day in and day out to manifest your vision and your making your goals a reality, right? Again, going back to the Arnold Schwarzenegger example, when he was watching Reg Park, one of the famous bodybuilders back in the day, and moved here in 68, and obviously won Mr. Olympia 7 times, as well as Mr. Universe, and I need a more comfortable chair. And then went into movies and all that as an example. But other than that, guys, this video is going on half an hour. I will see you guys in the next one. I do have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Zelle. Really appreciate the donations so far. We'll have more coming your guys' way. If you want any Q&A topics, message me on Instagram at KeganNation. Link should be in the description box below. And any Q&A, I'll make a compiled list. So I'll have at least 5 to 10 questions, probably more, depending on how many I get in. And, if there's a lot, I could do a part 2, but that'll be cool. Do a Q&A, and if anyone sends a donation along with that, even if it's only $1, I will put your question at the top as far as priority, and do that, first. So, other than that, guys, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and get after your goals, and don't listen to people who aren't actively pursuing their goals. That's one of my main things. I'm actively every day, even if it's something small, what's going to move the needle towards what I want to do in life. And it's like when a tree is growing, you don't always see the growth, right? But underneath the soil, underneath the surface, those roots are growing, and eventually the tree sprouts and just gets bigger and bigger. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and keep on trucking. Peace.